I don't want to waste your time with intros, but 94% of you are not subscribed. I'm not mad, just disappointed. Hit the button. If you play more than like 2 hours of DBD a week, you hear all the time, Swiffing ruined the game, solo queue's impossible, killer gen kick perks are way too strong, gen rushing's too strong, there's too much intel on Survivor side, matchmaking's broken. You know, you've heard all of this before. You also have people that just are so entitled on both sides, and I feel like that's where this conversation starts, is looking at the sides of Dead by Daylight. We have killer and we have survivor. I feel like a lot of the time people do forget we're playing the same game. Whether it's on the survivor side, it's a Swift with 4 toolboxes and they gen rush in 2 minutes and the game's over, or on the killer side, he camps someone out or tunnels off hook. You guys realize that this is not all killers or all survivors. Though it does seem like those little groups of people being toxic have gotten a lot bigger recently, the fault here is the devs, not the players. Bubba sitting in basement being undetectable and chainsawing 4 people in one sweep is something the devs allowed. A demo or a Wesker abusing save the best for last and insta-hitting for the rest of the game is something the devs allowed. A 4-stack Swift calming in Discord with 4 toolboxes, prove thyself, and resilience is something that devs allowed. We can be angry at the perks in the game, but being angry at the people using them is just people playing the game. If they are abusing a mechanic, it's still a mechanic in the game. You're not going to be mad at a killer for running Blood Warden and getting value out of it and be like, oh, this killer's such a dick, right? You're just going to be like, oh man, Blood Warden really paid off there. You're not going to be mad at the survivor for playing around a god palette or a really good loop. You're just going to be frustrated that that exists. I want to say again, I play a ton of survivor and a ton of killer. I don't pick one over the other. My videos are primarily killer videos just because they do better for me personally. Like, let me hop on the survivor side for a second. I think Broken Legion is the stupidest thing in this game. It's a running joke on my stream. Anytime I get one, I just want to cry. But do I think Forced Penance is a broken perk? No, not at all. I just hate it on Legion. Do I think Thanat is a broken perk? Not anymore. I still hate it when I see it on Legion. Do I think Nurse's calling is really annoying that it shows Menders? Yeah. But that's not the person playing Legion's fault. They're just taking advantage of the perk. Those are things that frustrate me, but I need to stop and realize it's not the killer's fault. Do I think the killer's grimy for playing Legion? Yeah, sure, whatever. But it's not the killer's fault for using stuff that's in the game. Do I think Franklin's shouldn't work on Pinhead the way it currently does? Yes, it's extremely annoying, but am I going to be mad at a killer for running it? I shouldn't be, because it's in the game, and on the killer side of things. Am I going to be frustrated when 4 gens get popped in the first 3 minutes? Yeah, of course. And when I'm running an aura reading build and I don't see 2 people because of distortion. Does that frustrate me? Yeah, my whole build is countered, but guess what? I can't be mad at the player for using a perk that's in the game. Dead by Daylight in the last year has just become cannibalistic. We're just eating each other alive, while the devs don't do anything about it. So yeah, someone's gonna run double range add-ons Nurse and think they're extremely cracked at the game. In reality, they're just taking advantage of something that's extremely strong. The devs should stop and think, maybe we should rework the add-ons or rework the character. But the devs are the ones doing nothing. But it's not the player's fault on both sides of things. This anger from the player base that causes killers and survivors to separate into groups is so pitiful. I play both sides and I know what to take advantage of, and I get frustrated when I have to play against it. But why would I be frustrated at players running something that's in the game? That's not their fault. They're just using what is strong. This is exactly why people question, why did DBD get so toxic recently? It's the players. The weird division between killer and survivor caused more toxicity than the perks ever did. So I just want to say this, next time you're playing and you're getting frustrated, no matter what role you're playing, remember who to be frustrated at. Also remember to stop and think, it's just a game. It's literally a 4v1 party game. Does that mean people are always going to play fair and it's going to be a fun time? No, and I get that. People that abuse camping and tunneling do ruin the fun, but that's the dev's fault. It's their fault for having that even be an option. That's it from me. Make sure to go check out my stuff. Make sure to subscribe too if you're feeling it. I make killer build videos, but I also make survivor compilations, so make sure to go check those out as well. Alright, have a fantastic day.